Well, millions of people are now paying money to have their DNA tested. They can find out everything from their ancestry to even potential health problems.
But who else has access to that information, and what can they do with it? 2 News Today anchor Lauren Wood digging deeper into the privacy concerns with commercial genetic testing.
Jeremy Blanford lost his father just days after Christmas. Before he died, Bill Blanford gave his wife, Jeremy's mom, a final Christmas present, a DNA testing kit from 23andMe.
Dad seemed to get presents that most people wouldn't really think about.
After his death, Jeremy's mom started really reading the fine print that went along with the kit. She wasn't happy with what she read, and neither was Jeremy.
She would start ticking off. This is what they potentially have the rights to do.
Dr. Mark Clausen is a professor of history and law at Cedarville University. He says their concerns are legitimate. Clausen says there are 2 areas of privacy people need to consider.
In the private sector, with regard to what they do with your data and whether it could be hacked or not.
Clausen says there is a statute that forbids the sale of that information to insurance companies, but it's legal to sell to most other types of businesses and organizations. Another concern, he says, is just how much information there is to read in those privacy agreements. You agree to it when you create your account on 23andMe's website. To read through it, you click a link on the registration page and then sift through pages of disclosures.
Are you really signing that with knowledge, that contract? Or are you just sort of, like most of us do, we get these little fine print contracts with pages and pages of information, and we don't even read it, and we sign the thing. Is that a violation of our privacy, even though we should have looked at it?
When you click this box, you're saying that you've read the whole thing and are okay with it. There's also a separate document that will allow you to opt in for your genetic data being used for research purposes. I reached out to 23andMe about its privacy policy. Communications representative Andy Kills said in part, if you opt into research, important point, this is opt-in, not opt-out, so we're not defaulting you into participation, which requires a separate consent and is completely voluntary. Your de-identified genetic information, stripped of any personally identifiable data, may be used for research purposes. And no matter what, Kill says, we do not share any information with employers, insurance companies, or public genetic databases. Another question, can courts or law enforcement use your information?
It's not a matter of what you have done wrong or what I have done wrong. It's why should I be the vehicle for you to find this information?
Kill said in part, we use all legal measures to challenge any and all requests in order to protect our customers' privacy. To date, we have successfully challenged these requests and have not released any information to law enforcement. For Blanford and his family, though, that wasn't enough. They threw the kit away. Some federal lawmakers are pushing to examine the privacy standards for genetic testing companies, calling for stricter regulation. I reached out to Senators Sherrod Brown and Rob Portman.
Got to have better protections, and they've got to let us know what information in fact they've put out there. And none of these companies have been willing or able to do that. And it's time Congress stepped in.
We are still waiting to hear back from Senator Portman. Blanford says he just wants people to pay attention.
Because the only one that's going to take the necessary precautions that you feel are necessary is you.
You might be wondering about the privacy policies for some of the other companies who offer DNA test kits. We reached out to Ancestry DNA and MyHeritage. You can find links to their privacy policies and their responses to our questions on WDTN.com. Just click on As Seen on 2 News. Lauren Wood, 2 News, working for you.